Just desserts Friday. So that's all you're getting is just dessert. Oh boy, a yummy one this week. One of my favorite pies, pumpkin pie. In fact, just before we were started here, Mrs. Old Guy and I were talking about, you know, pumpkin pie and using fresh pumpkin and so forth. So, and we are, or I are, I are using, well, because I need more of it, because you're really not going to be making it, so, but we are, so it's going to be IR. I are making the pumpkin pie, and there's a pumpkin in the oven. It's baking, and it's got a few more minutes. I'll pull it out. But I've been making pumpkin pie, fresh pumpkin pie. I think I did my first one when I was like 21 or so. Yeah, 21, right around in there, maybe 22. It was shortly after I got out of the military. And so anyway, have we got anybody in the room?
We do. We have Ronald.
Hi, Ronald.
Joshua.
Hey, Joshua. Happy Friday.
And Natalie.
Hello, Natalie. Welcome, welcome, guys. Welcome, welcome. So, yeah, I was just kind of having a memory of my first time making pumpkin pie from fresh pumpkins. I went down to I was living in California at the time. And I went down to a local farmer's market. And that's when I saw a white pumpkin for the first time. And the guy there said it was, great for making pies. The inside was a little bit sweeter than a regular orange pumpkin. So I bought, I don't know, one that about that big. I'd never made pumpkin pie before. Well, that one pumpkin made enough for 12 freaking pies. And the place I was staying at, they had one of those old-fashioned gas ovens, and the rack in the very back wasn't, whoever put it in last didn't put it in the right way. And as soon as I slid those first two pies in, the back of the rack just dropped like that. And all the pumpkin pie filling all over the bottom of the oven, clogged up, I don't know, about half of the burner, the jets, got clogged up with burnt freaking pumpkin pie filling. So I had to cool it down and take it apart, scrub it out, put it back together. It took a long time for me to make those pumpkin pies.
Carol's here.
Hi, Carol.
Dawn.
Dawn? Happy Friday, you guys.
That's what he said. Happy Friday.
Yes,
and
yes, yes.
Lisa Elliott.
Lisa Elliott. Well, good evening. Good evening. We are getting ready to make some pumpkin pies.
Ralph just left.
Hey, Ralph, man in the far future. Sunday morning there in Aussie. No, not in Aussie, in New Zealand. Sorry, I was kind of had a thought about the other guy in the future. All right, so yes, I've got a small pie pumpkin in the oven. I'm going to give it about 10 more minutes. We're going to make some crust. We'll get the pie made, and we'll talk about, I don't know, some Halloween stuff maybe, and, things like that. I'll absolutely look now just about every day this month now for some kind of Halloween show, especially some of the ones from the past, like I think it was called the Spaceman Adventure on the Honeymooners, where Ralph dresses as a spaceman. The Addams Family Halloween, the Munsters Halloween, and then the other ones, you know, of course, Charlie Brown. That's really hard to find since Apple bought the rights, and you can only, you know, you gotta shovel out the coin. You can't just watch it on TV anymore. So anyway, that's the kind of stuff I do.
Ralph said, yep, 11 a.m. Sunday.
11 a.m. Sunday morning. Well, happy Sunday. Hi to your mom, if she's watching. We got, I don't know, I'm going to give this pumpkin maybe another 4 minutes or 5. I just want to make sure that it's fairly tender. Yeah, you want it to be fork tender, and like I said, it's just a small one, you'll see. Perfect for making a pie or 3. You know, some of the pumpkins, after you clean them out and whatnot, they weigh anywhere between 2.5 to 3 pounds. So, and you need a pound of pumpkin to make a pie. So that's kind of that rule of thumb. So I'll have enough for maybe 3 pies here. I'm going to make 2 tonight. I'm going to decided that some folks down the street, Tammy and Bill, I'm going to make them a pumpkin pie. And don't worry, Carol, the holiday season's coming up. You guys will get a pumpkin pie too. So for those of you that do not know, Carol is a neighbor, and she just lives a couple of doors down. So one of the perks of knowing me is you get stuff. Especially desserts.
DoorDash, yeah.
DoorDash desserts. Yeah, boy, that sounds like something new. DoorDash desserts. Hey, that was good arm participation there. Good job. Good job. So this is my pumpkin pie recipe. I've used it for a very long time. I guess I kind of started it from my mom's recipe, and then I've added a few things over the years, and boy, I'll tell you what, it's a mighty tasty pumpkin pie. And you're about to find out there, Bill and Tammy. I don't know if you're watching, but you're going to find out. And I guess you too will, Carol, also.
She says, yes, yum.
Okay, a couple more minutes. I can't be standing up and walking around too much yet. I'll be talking to the surgeon on Tuesday, I think, for my knee, and see when the surgery is going to happen and whatnot, because it's the MRI results were that there is no question that I'm going to be going in for some surgery. So, but you know, it is what it is.
Don says, what type of pumpkin do you use? A sugar pumpkin?
No, just I don't know that it has a particular type, you know, but it's just a very small variety of pumpkin. You know, they don't get too much bigger than that. You know, pie pumpkin maybe.
I think that's what the sign said on it.
So, you know, I don't know. I didn't. I've made pumpkin pie with different varieties of pumpkins, and I've not really noticed a huge difference. Not enough to make it worth like paying extra for one over another. They're all pretty similar, so that's kind of the way that goes. Because even last year, I think it was last year, maybe the year before, I had two or three different kinds of pumpkins.
Yeah.
The knucklehead that looked like warts, and I don't know, a couple other ones it seems like, and I, you know, made a bunch of pumpkin pie over the winter because I'll save the jack-o'-lanterns and things like that, cook it up and freeze it. Better than canned. Okay, that's enough jabbering. I got to push this forward. Get my oven door open. Well, probably would have been smarter to grab this first. All right. Pumpkin. chicken snack for later. Okay, I'm going to leave the oven on. Okay, you can see just a small little pumpkin. I'm going to set that over here and let that cool down for a few minutes, and then I'm going to get on making some crusts real quick.
Ralph says, I found out that if you chuck some pumpkin seeds into the compost bin, they will grow like crazy.
Yeah.
And Tammy's here.
Hi, Tammy. Yeah, I was just telling folks you guys are going to get one of these pumpkins, or one of these pies. Alright, so let's get some crust made. Yeah. I'm already starting off on a bad foot here. That's for pie filling mixing. This other one over here, the one that makes a bunch of racket. Now this is for the crust making. I'm going to try that again. All right. That's what happens when you get old and in the way. I'm about to do it again. Let's get this thing set in there. Just a regular pie crust, guys. Nothing special. For the longest time I used butter, but sometimes butter can make it kind of a tougher crust, so I like to use either lard or shortening, preferably lard. Okay.
Can he ask you to use vinegar in your crust?
No, not generally. I know there's all kinds of crusts. There's one vinegar, there's a hot water crust, there's a ton of different kinds, but I just kind of go with the, I guess, the type of crust my ma used to make, which was either Crisco or lard. I never saw her make a crust with butter. Just too expensive.
Right. Natalie says, I gave my handyman a to-do list, but he only did jobs 1, 3, and 5. Turns out he only does odd jobs.
Odd jobs, yes. Well, that's okay. Hire him back again and put the ones that he didn't do as the odds. And then the odds are he'll do them. Okay. Yeah, what am I looking here now just to make sure I get it? Yeah, that's what I thought. So half a cup of this stuff here. And I should get the 2 crusts out of this one. Out of this batch. We'll see. Pack that in there a little bit. Love pumpkin pie. Heck, I even bought some heavy cream. So tomorrow night, which is schnitzel night, by the way, and I decided I'm going to make Jaeger schnitzel. Yum. Okay, so let's get this half a cup of shortening in here, or half a cup of lard. Get in there. Come on. All right. Make sure that's in there. So if any of you are listening with a headset on, you're going to want to take a minute and either slip them off your head or maybe turn your volume down, because food processor is pretty noisy. All right, I'm going to give you another second. Okay, here we go. That's it for right this second, but there will be more here. Just be warned. Get some cold water here. pulse in some water, so headset warning again. Almost. Not quite. A little bit more. It's a little dry out today. The humidity makes a difference. All right. That's better. Okay. Get this kind of out of my way here for a minute. Got some eggs I'm going to have to get out of my way too. Obviously I need to have an empty pie shell. Or pie pan, pie shell, whatever. Alright. It's going to be good. Pumpkin pie is one of my favorites. Okay. Come on. There we go. All right. Looks good. Okay, roughly kind of split this in half. I guess I could use this just to make sure. .3. 9.2. That's pretty close. I'm going to call that good. Well, which one of these is off? That one. No? Off. Thank you. Okay. Get a little flour spread here. Roll these out. Get them in the oven. I mean, get them set aside. I'm all confused. Get them set aside. Make that filling. Yep. I can remember making Halloween decorations at school. Yeah. You know, grade school. And of course it ain't that way now, but back then every kid would wear a costume and they'd have a big parade through the school, right? And while there was the parade, all the moms and such would show up and put the cupcakes and crap like that. Cupcakes and Kool-Aid. Sweet on top of sweet. But as a kid, I didn't care.
So Tammy says, have you ever used 5-spice in your pumpkin mixture?
5-spice? Yeah, no, I haven't. I don't know. There's something in it that I don't care for, unless it's I don't know. There's different kinds of 5-spice, so just like some folks' idea of pumpkin pie spice includes spices that, you know, I don't necessarily consider to be a pumpkin pie spice. But so I guess it just depends on your taste and what you like and such. Okay. Let's see. Well, pretty close.
John says star anise is strong.
It is. Oh yeah, star anise is very strong. I have some. I don't have it. I've used it rarely because it is just such a pungent aroma and taste.
Tammy says the Chinese spice.
Oh yeah, I have some. I don't use it very often, and I've never used it in a pie. Come on. Okay. Well, that's okay. There's enough there. That'll work. Okay. Finish toiling with that here in a minute. Get this other one rolled out real quick, and then I can get some of the stuff out of my way. All right. Let's get the next one rolled. Yes. Pumpkin pie. So, anybody got any Halloween memories they want to share? You know, I mean, this is the good time to do it. You know, favorite costume maybe that you had, or a party that you went to, you know, a haunted house maybe that you visited, something.
Eli wants to know what he missed.
Hey, Eli. Really haven't missed anything. I pulled the pumpkin out of the oven, and I mixed it kind of the pie crust. Other than that, buddy, you haven't missed nothing. Welcome. Happy Friday. All right. Gonna make 2 pies, one for a neighbor and one for tomorrow night. Okay.
For tonight and tomorrow night.
It'd be nice. That would be nice. Okay. Very good. Let me get this out of the way. And this. Sorry for my slow meandering here.
Natalie says, I remember one Halloween we got almost 5 feet of snow when I was a kid.
Wow.
That's a lot of snow.
That's a pretty big blizzard there.
That'd get dry.
Yeah, it would. Where I grew up, typically you didn't get a whole lot of snow anyway. I mean, usually none before November.
Yeah.
But
She said that was back in Chicago.
yeah, oh, okay, yeah. Well, things. The only time I can remember a snowy Halloween was when Mrs. Old Guy and I owned our pizzeria, and this was in a mountain town called Fairplay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Fun times.
Yeah, fun times, and pretty cold, pretty snowy Halloween. But that's okay. There were other ones too.
Eli says a few Halloweens ago, had a really good time. They tell me, LOL.
I've had a few of those. Yeah, they said you had a great time. That's right. All right, let me get a little crimp on here. Try to gain that extra height. Right? To me, that's all that's for. You get a little extra height and need a little more room for just that much more pie filling.
John says I grew up in Michigan, and one year we had an early snow on Halloween. Not fun, trick or treating.
No. Yeah, I don't remember it's snowing when I was a kid. But it may have.
Yeah,
I certainly don't remember every Halloween, but I do remember a Halloween that I missed. I was going to be the Hulk. And so I had some jeans that I ripped apart, a t-shirt, or not a t-shirt, but a old button-up shirt, ripped it up a little bit, and got some green paint, just old-fashioned watercolor paint, nothing, not even real makeup, and I painted myself up. I went running over to my buddy's house to show him my cool Hulk costume, and that Hulk doesn't wear shoes, so I didn't either. And as I was running across these people's yard, I stepped on a busted mayonnaise jar, and yeah, so I ended up getting 6 stitches in the side of my foot, and I didn't go trick or treating that year. Yeah, I can remember a couple sucky ones. All right.
You'll have to move the table back.
Oh, yep.
Here, that's a little better.
Okay. Sorry about that.
Really.
I didn't realize that I had moved out of view.
Eli says Halloween Hollywood should be fun.
It should. I'm not going to be there. Pops Off is going to eat the Hell Witch, and I believe the Count is going to be there, and Crazy Dad, or Psycho Dad, Crazy. I can't remember for sure. One of them. So yeah, it'll be a Pops Off will be there. Halloween night, guys.
And Emily says I was Cinderella for a few years in a row, and then a Power Ranger.
Cool. I think. Let's see. I was Superman one year. One year, just a basic monster I can remember. I think there was one year when I was a ghost. I remember when our youngest, I don't know, I suppose he was 10 years old or so, coming up to be Halloween time, and I wanted to make sure we had time to get him a costume together and whatnot. So I was asking him, what do you want to be for Halloween this year? And he looks up right at me and he says, I want to be the rapist. And I said, the rapist? And he says, yeah. That guy that's got on like that monk robe, and he's got the really long knife that cuts down like wheat and stuff. And I'm like, oh, you mean the Reaper? That's one I won't forget. I'm just about done messing with these. All right. And Bill and Tammy, if this isn't one of the best pumpkin pies you've ever had, well, then I'll promise you I won't make another for you. All right, almost. Geez, seems like a long way around. It's a long way to the top, I guess. Oh. See, I did do it. It's too late now. Well, I guess it's not really too late. Well, I didn't put any salt in my crust. So it's not going to be all that great. Okay, so the crust is going to be delayed just a couple minutes here. At least I remembered now.
Yeah.
But I was sitting here looking at it, and it's a brand new one. And that told me I for sure didn't put it in.
Shit.
Oh, that's a little embarrassing. But I'd rather be embarrassed from forgetting than eating a lard and flour crust. I mean, it wouldn't be horrible, but it wouldn't be great either. Gotta have some salt in it. Luckily, I didn't throw this into the sink.
Yep. That might be a hashtag, oh no.
Well, it might be. I don't know. I don't even remember what my... Let's make sure that that's what I thought. Okay. Jeez!
Natalie said better to remember now than when it's in the oven.
That's right. Here go. Watch out. Here we go. Headset warning. Okay.
Tammy says Kelly said that she loves pumpkin pie, so she will love it no matter what. It will taste good anyway, because I didn't make it.
You know, here's something to kind of get your friends with or something. Sometime you're over at their house and they fixed up something real nice. Yeah. Everything you try that they make for that meal, you know, the side dish or everything. You know, this tastes just like my mom used to make. And then at some point during that meal, you gotta say, especially when you're like feeling real proud of the fact that you love their food, and just say, man, my mom was a horrible cook.
John says, one year my mother-in-law mistook salt for sugar in her pumpkin pie filling. It was hilarious.
Yeah, I bet it was. And I bet it was terrible.
Oh, man.
I've done that too. I don't think it was a pumpkin pie, but... All right. Well, deja vu. Who's Deja? Still just a tad bit of difference. 9.9 close enough. Close enough.
Sounds awful.
Yeah, there's. Oh, come on, just shut off, stupid thing. Fine, shut off on your own then. Try this again. Well, now I gotta hobble all the way back over there. Flour. Okay. Try this again. Better to have noticed.
Yep.
Remember once I was making a batch of barbecue sauce for this place, and I hadn't been there very long and I wasn't used to their recipes. It called for apple cider and apple cider vinegar. Well, I got the two confused and I put in, I think it was 2 quarts of apple cider vinegar when it was supposed to be apple cider. So, you know, it was only supposed to be like 2 cups of vinegar. So, yeah, that pretty well ruined that batch. I like my sauce better anyway. All right, is that big enough? Gosh. At least I can't break yours, Tammy. Unbreakable pie pan here.
Tammy says she has another cane if you need it.
Another cane?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I got one. I just haven't pulled it out to use it yet. Okay. There we go. Let go. Stretch it over here a little bit. Come here. It's not. Come on. What's going on here? Guess I didn't roll it out enough. Quit jacking around, get her done. Okay. It'll fit in there now. I'm breaking a sweat making this here pack rest. Woo-wee! It's hard work. Okay. that's awesome. I like it. All right. Yikes. There was one Halloween that me and one of my buddies were causing mischief. Boy, I think we were like maybe 15 or something. My friend noticed at the loading dock of a local store that somebody had left a couple of boxes outside just on the loading dock, and the door was open maybe just a little bit. So he stole them. One of the boxes was a case of Sue Bee honey. I don't know if you've ever seen the squeeze bottles that have the bear, look like a bear. There's a case of those, and a case of menthol Barbasol shaving cream. Well, what else are two 15-year-old teenagers gonna do with that except make trouble? Which we promptly did. The next night was Halloween. So, well, let's see. No, it was a couple of nights before Halloween. We decided the best thing to do with that honey was to fill water balloons with the honey. Since it had a little nozzle on it, you could easily stretch a rubber, the tip of the end of a rubber. Boy, you could get the rubber in there around that balloon. Boy, I'm going about this the hard way. Okay, now, so we used some water balloons and that squirt bottle, and we filled up a bunch of these water balloons with honey, and we hid in the back of a El Camino until the first car pulled up to a stop sign right there, and pelt it with the honey balloons. Well, it just so happened to be a convertible of some sort with some high school guys. I think they might have been football players, but they were in the car with their dates. And I threw 3 honey balloons, and I'm sure the other 2 guys got at least 3 or more off. So they gave us a good chase. I've never ran so fast and so hard in my entire life.
So New Image Landscape and Concrete is here.
Hello.
He just missed us last week, he said.
Oh.
And Face the Ace.
Face the Ace. Hey man, welcome. Welcome. I was just reminiscing about some of the mischief that I got into as a youngin', Halloween. So yeah, we just went through an episode that I had with some water balloons we filled with honey. And the shaving cream that we found, or that he stole, it was pretty much a harmless prank. We decided that we were going to fill up the jack-o'-lanterns. You know, so we'd get a couple of cans and we'd go up to somebody's house and we'd pop the lid on their jack-o'-lantern and fill it as much as we could with shaving cream, and then put the top back on and watch it come out the eyes and stuff. So I'm sure it made somebody mad, but it didn't ruin any property, I don't think. Not that pumpkins aren't somebody's property.
Casey says, yeah, I heard that old guy.
So pumpkin pies. I had to re-roll my crust because I forgot to put the salt in it. So I did this just a few minutes ago. It's okay.
So Natalie said a minute ago, I know it's a tad early, but any Thanksgiving plans?
Well, I mean, as far as like personally, Thanksgiving plans, we're probably going to do just like we do most years, and that's just me and Mrs. Old Guy. We'll just stay here, and one of our neighbors may come over. So.
Face Ace says, old guy in Colorado, you look better.
Well, better than what? We'll see how well I look when I get this knee surgery over with. Not looking forward to it, but I certainly can't live with it the way it is. So.
Eli says, may I suggest your favorite food menu for the 2K live stream?
No, I decided that I'm not gonna eat gross stuff to celebrate my Facebook or my YouTube milestones. Everybody eats something gross or something hot to celebrate, these milestones, and I'm like, when I celebrate other things like my birthday and things like that, I don't eat gross foods. Celebrate by eating something you like, and I think that's what I'm going to start doing. Like this 1500 sub. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do, but I will do some kind of live stream and have myself something good to eat. We got these food challenges with enough of the gross food.
Don says, I bet the pups love Thanksgiving at your house.
Yeah. They get, like if we do turkey, they get some turkey, just, we don't really do anything too special with it, so it's just turkey meat, but a lot of times we don't get turkey because it's just me and Mrs. Guy. We never eat it all, so we just get a Sunday roaster and have chicken.
Yeah,
or ham, yeah. And even then, ham isn't very often, just because we won't eat a whole spiral ham.
No.
Even if we cut it up and freeze some, we still wouldn't eat it all before it got freezer burned or whatever.
Eli says, that's why I said your favorite food.
My favorite food, yeah. Okay. Well, but if you say your favorite food's like, raw chopped liver with oysters or something, well.
He said, may I suggest your favorite food menu for your 2K live stream?
Okay. I thought you were being sarcastic. Okay, my apologies. Yes, I absolutely do want to do something that I like, something nice, because I'm done with the gross stuff. At least for that. I keep getting
this. What you got in your eye?
Sweat keeps running down my forehead.
Face the Ace says, old guy, I got my second channel, Face the Ace vlog.
Oh, cool. Can you put his channel up for me?
Joshua's here.
Joshua? Didn't I say hi to Joshua a little while ago? I thought I did. If not, hello again anyway. I hope you're having a good Friday, everyone.
Yeah, he was here.
Okay. That's okay. I thought I said hi to him before.
He says, I'm back. I just had dinner, Sloppy Joe dinner, if you're wondering.
Ah, cool. Sloppy Joe's is a pretty yummy dish. I did kind of fall out of loving it for a while. I just got, I guess, fed up with the canned stuff, you know, Manwich and stuff like that. None of it tastes like it used to. So, but if I make it myself, I like it just fine. All right, well, that crust is just going to have to be what it is. It doesn't look horrible. Now I get these out of my way. And get on with making this filling and get pies in the oven. Wouldn't that be something, huh? That can go back in there. That can go back in its house. Okay. Let's make some pumpkin pie. I'm going to mix these one at a time. I'm just not sure that my mixer can handle the volume of 2 pies at once, so. So next step, we're going to get some skin off these pumpkins. All right.
So Facier says I do sometimes live stream.
Okay.
And he says I'm going to do a live stream this Sunday, October 6th at 8 p.m.
Oh, okay. Well, I hope I get the notification. Because if I'm here, I will definitely tune in. Don't see why it wouldn't be. I don't have a huge social calendar or anything. All right.
Don says I have a great turkey breast recipe with cranberry glaze that I can send you. It's really good.
Sure. Why not? Why not?
Joshua said we had leftover spaghetti sauce, but my mom turned that into sloppy joes.
Absolutely. It sounds good.
Yeah, it does.
All right. Easy enough. Get this other one peeled. Come on. Get in there. It peels pretty easy. You have to coax it a little bit, but it peels pretty easily. I do not recommend boiling a pumpkin for pies. If you want to make soup or something, that's one thing, but it just makes it way, way too liquidy. Baking it is the way you want to go. Almost. As you can see, it doesn't take much or long to peel one of these. You just want to let them cool down a little bit. All right. Like I said, I need a pound of pumpkin. This is a little over a pound and a half. So we'll cut about that much off. Awesome. Thank you, Don.
Facier said sloppy joes is my best.
Okay. There is a pound. Okay, we're just going to drop that into the blender. And just let it start pounding it up. You can do it with a hand mixer. If you are going to do it that way, I suggest that you mash it either with a potato masher or with a fork a little bit first. Otherwise, it could just kind of spin out of your bowl. Took about 50 minutes, 40 to 55 minutes to bake this pie, or the pumpkin. You can see, just turns into a real nice puree with no problem. Alright, so keep that mixing. You can't overmix it, that's for sure. Get this out of my way a little bit. Am I okay? Who said that? Face Ace. Am I okay? I'm okay. You know, as good as it's gonna get. Alright. So, 2 kinds of sugar, half a cup of brown sugar, half a cup of regular sugar. Oh, come on. Stretch open. How about just opening? Darn thing. Alright. So, half cup of brown sugar. If you don't have dark, light brown sugar is just as good. That's one. We'll get on to the second one here in a second. Ew, pumpkin goober. Okay, so let's get the half a cup of regular sugar. Half a cup of regular sugar, and shut that off.
Natalie says, I caved and ordered pizza for dinner.
Nothing wrong with that. I like pizza. Let's see. All right.
Stacey says, I never cooked in my life, but I can learn from old guy in Colorado.
Well, I don't know about that. There are probably other channels that would probably be a little more informative.
John says the camera's a little out of focus.
I don't know. There's nothing I can do about that, really. It shouldn't be out of focus. It's out of, like the infinity thing. Does anybody else see it that way?
I wonder if the lens
There's nothing like. No, I don't think so. It looked fine a little while ago, but there's not much I can do, at least right now. Well, let's see here. So I added 2 more tablespoons of sugar. We're going to get half a teaspoon of salt. And I'm going to go right on down my list here. Teaspoon, well, let me get my wet stuff out of the way. Teaspoon of cinnamon. Which one? Got a 1 in 4 chance there.
Natalie says it looks fine to her.
Okay. All right. Teaspoon of cinnamon. Put them over there. That way I know I did them. We're going to go half a teaspoon of ginger.
Lisa's here. Lisa the Wild Man.
Hey guys. Happy Friday.
Tammy says it looks good to me.
All right. There's a half a teaspoon of ginger. And like I said, I'm going to make these 2 pies kind of separately. Where the heck is it? Right there. Just because my mixer I don't think is going to be big enough to hold 2 batches. So there's some nutmeg. last but not least, some clove in it, just 1/8 of a teaspoon. And 1/8 is equivalent to a dash. All right. Mixing again. 3 eggs. 3 of them. Let me get this back where it goes. All right. Now the smart way to do this would be to crack them into a bowl and then pour them in. That way, if you get any eggshells, and they're in the bowl and not in your pie. But I didn't do that. Give that a second to mix. Scrape the sides a little bit, make sure I get all the spices and everything. Eggs, last step here. Whoop, it's not the last step. Molasses. If you're using dark brown sugar, 2 tablespoons is plenty. If you're using light brown sugar, then use 3. Alright. 1. Molasses isn't what you... Oh, slower than molasses. Well, it depends on how warm it is. If it's cold, yeah, molasses runs pretty slow. Otherwise, yeah, it's just gooey. Alright, that's not really anything you need to know. Get that mixed in. 1 can of evaporated milk. What?
Tammy says, is your knee hurting? Do you need a gummy bear for later?
I ain't gonna walk over to get one. The answer to your question is yes, my knee is hurting. But oh well. Okay, the thing about making the pumpkin pie out of fresh pumpkin is you're gonna get the little bits of like pumpkin and stuff, but you never notice it when you're eating it. So, all right. There's always just a little bit left. That's okay. That little bit left, pour it into a cup. I'll bake it with the pies. And then we can have some tonight.
Yep.
It'll just be warm. All right, there's that one. One more to go. So, repeat what we just did. scale on. See how much it weighs by itself. Wow. Perfect. Pound just like that. So that pie was 2 and about a quarter pound. That's all right, because the rest of that I'll add to some other that I've got frozen. Okay, same thing. Half a cup of brown sugar. And half a cup of white sugar, regular sugar, whichever. Cup plus 2 tablespoons. I'm going to have to guess it in here. My tablespoon's got molasses all over it. That looks about right. Okay. Do that mix in here. Let's get our spices again. Our spices. Teaspoon of cinnamon. Yes, and half a teaspoon of salt. I don't want to forget my salt. Teaspoon of cinnamon. Half a teaspoon of salt. Alright. Do. Well, it's our pie. I didn't put the vanilla in. Yeah, jeez. I'm going to swirl it in somehow.
Now you just goobered your spoon.
Well, I goobered a lot more than that, believe me. I don't think I need the full teaspoon now anyway. Okay. It's like, wait a minute, I'm gonna miss it here too again if I don't pay attention. Okay. Jeez! See what happens to me, guys? I don't know what I'm doing anymore. Okay, I got the cinnamon in there. Let's get some ginger going. Boy, don't get me around any kind of haunted house or anything. I'd probably flip and lose it or something. All right, what do we got here? Nutmeg, it's a quarter teaspoon. Okay. Cloves is left. That's the 1/8. Just gonna eyeball that quarter. Come on. Whoa. Okay. Sticky molasses again. And again, because I'm using dark brown sugar, 2 tablespoons. Okay. 2 of those. Wow. This is not impressive. Do I have everything? Get this out of my way, guys. All right. Get this mixed in here. Those same 3 eggs. Well, not the same 3 because they're, never mind. Got to put 3 more eggs. Ah!
Minus the eggshell?
Well, minus, yeah, the eggshell. Wow. That's a couple of oh-no's. I'm not so sure I should keep doing this. Way too many of those tonight. No, didn't forget it. I just haven't put it in yet. Yikes. Get the pumpkin off of it here. Okay. Last pie. Get that in here.
She says, I'm just giving you a hard time.
I knows it. Yep, and just like the other one, just a little bit extra. That's okay. I'm going to have to push this back a minute, guys. Want to make sure I can get this oven all the way open.
Good thing it's on a pan, huh?
Huh?
Good thing it's on a cookie sheet.
That's why I put them there. There's been pumpkin pie filling all over the door. Okay. Wow. Okay. Well, set that timer.
Yep.
I don't want to forget it. Okay, well now I can take a couple minutes and clean up some. Well, the way I'm hobbling around, it might take me 4 minutes. I didn't forget to put these in. I just want to wait because it's kind of too soon. They'll cook way quicker than the pie will. Get this out of my way. something in the house, it definitely lets me know that it's getting to be close to Halloween. And I'm not even sure where it came from, but I saw a bag of candy corn. So that usually only means one thing, and there's no telling what that kind of a creep is gonna do. He's kind of a creep. He laughs at the stupidest things. You know, he looks at a bag of candy corn. He thinks he's gonna die because he's laughing so hard. Oh, there's another oh no. I'm just not functioning very well. Doing the best I can here, guys. Pink. Okay. Almost got it. Said it's kind of slow going here. Isn't this fun? Get to watch me clean stuff up. That's going to be an avalanche next time I open it.
It is.
Well, yay me. All right. Almost. Almost got it. One last little thing to kind of get out of my way here. I'm not going to bother scrubbing down the table too much, but I will sweep off what I can. It's like walking on a sponge. Okay. This morning, when we were walking with the dogs, I'm hobbling along trying to do the best I can. I got my foot tangled up in some weeds, and I laid there for a couple minutes. Certainly didn't do any good for me, I'll tell you. And then, of course, Mrs. Old Guy said to be careful. Yeah. But at that point, I'd already fell. I know, I'm just kidding. Oh, boy. Yeah, be careful. I need to be. I need to be a little more watchful of where I'm going. Yep. At least for now. I probably, after Tuesday or so, we'll see how much more dog walking I do for the next few weeks.
Probably not much.
Probably not much is right. All right, well, geez, we only got about 10 more minutes. I mean, 50 more minutes. Oh boy. Well, let's see here. What time is it?
5:20.
Really? It took me that long? Holy crap. guess I made two, but I guess it must have took me longer than I thought to redo those pie crusts. I'm losing face. Here, let me pack it back up.
Ralph says, shame I can't walk then for you.
Yeah, that would be great. Of course. Well, yeah, you know, Polly's the one that would probably give you the most issue. I mean, once you get to know Chumley, he walks really well.
Yep.
A lot of times we'll take him off leash. Well, when on the place where we walk him, we'll let him run off leash. And we try to let Polly walk back off leash as much as we can, but she's a little hard-headed, kind of stubborn, doesn't like to listen to us.
Yep.
When we tell her to come back or call her back, so she likes to run out, not super far in front of us, but enough to where it makes me uncomfortable.
Yep, so she gets leashed.
So, yep, we finally corral her in, and then she gets leashed up. But
Sometimes she'll walk out there okay.
yeah, sometimes she does just fine. Other times, not so much. We took
Tammy
'em-
says when you're in pain it takes longer.
Yeah, it does. Everything takes longer.
Do you want ibuprofen?
Oh, hey, what am I doing here? Let me pull this back.
Do you want ibuprofen?
Sure. Okay. That's better. The excitement that I had to be recording the Halloween special for the George and Pudgy show kind of flew out the window. And because we had to cancel the recording, unfortunately, two cast members decided that they were no longer interested, so that's okay. It is what it is. I told everybody from the start that if it becomes to where it's not any fun and you don't want to do it, or you got other things to do, better things, that's fine. You know, because nobody's getting any money for it, that's for sure. Yep. They will be missed. They will be missed, but we'll move on. Might take a little while to recast those members, but we'll see. Hopefully not. It'd be nice if I could get something done in the next, even if I could get it recorded in the next week or maybe week and a half. I could still have enough time to edit it for Halloween. So, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Wow. What am I gonna do now? I don't have anything to cook. I don't have anything to talk about. I already talked about my fantastic Halloween things, at least that I could talk about on YouTube. So what am I going to do? I'm just going to sit here and stare at you. Stare at you and have a little arm participation at the same time. Oh boy. Come on, guys. Questions, answers. I guess you give the question, I'll maybe answer. Come on, stupid questions. Let me get some stupid questions, folks. I'm ready.
You got one?
Huh?
I said I got a question, but it's not a stupid question.
Okay, well, what's your question?
What is your next dessert?
What is my next dessert? I do not know. That depends. If it's the next dessert for the next Saturday, I have absolutely no idea. Till it gets voted on. And I don't know what's going to go on the list. I have to go through the list of what we have and pick ones that haven't made it yet. So, and sometimes I'll add one of my own, just 'cause I can. So I guess, does that answer the question?
It does.
Does it? Okay. Whew. I'm losing it here, guys. That was a good question. I could use another one like that.
Carol says, I dressed my daughter as a mummy. Unfortunately, I used fiberglass curtains. Oops.
Oops. Oops. Yep. That'd do it. So with one of those pre-plastered cast rolls, you know, they roll it out, get it wet. That'd make you a pretty good mummy, all right.
So Don says, what year did you go into the Navy?
Never. I was in the Army, and that would be in 1976. Early 76. I did the, what they called it, the delayed entry program. So I signed my name away, I think in February of 1969. And left for basic training and everything in April of 1969. 1979, excuse me.
Okay. Lisa said, Tom baked a devil cake.
A devil cake? Devil's food cake? A devil cake? I mean, is there such a thing as just a devil cake? I know there's devil's food, but is there a devil's cake? Write it down. We'll see.
Okay. And Carol said it looked great. Shiny white.
What did?
Her daughter. As a
Oh.
mummy.
As a mummy.
With those curtains.
Ah. Go to sleep pretty easily right about now. Let me think here. What fun other mischief did I get myself into that I don't mind admitting to? I don't know. You may have heard me say before about the, I was getting to be about 16 or so. And most folks consider that a little too old to be going trick-or-treating. So I sat out in front of my mom's house with my buddy, and my mom, the first 5 feet in front of her house, there was the rocks, landscaping thing, a little, river rock about yay big around. And me and my buddy were talking about Charlie Brown, and, so we decided to Charlie Brown the kids. And we took a bunch of rocks and put them in the candy bowl. And, they couldn't, we kind of concealed the rock as we dropped it in their bag. And that way, we thought it was kind of clever, actually. Hey, look, Mom, I got a rock, just like Charlie Brown. Yeah? Okay. That was our reasoning, I think. But I had an upset mom. You know, we thought we had managed to pick through all the rocks that we put in the bowl, because there was a pretty substantial amount of candy left over. I wonder why. And when my mom was transferring it from the nice kind of bowl that she had for Halloween into some other, you know, less important container, there was, I don't know, half a dozen rocks on the bottom. And that's when the question came out. You didn't give away rocks, did you? Oh, no, I sure didn't. I don't know. I'm not sure how those got in there.
John says, oh, wow, I thought you were in the Navy. My bad.
No, it's all good. My brother was in the Navy. He was a Seabee. But, no, not me. Nope.
Lisa said yes.
Yes to what?
Probably a devil food cake.
Oh, a devil. No, let's see. Okay, well,
I don't know.
food of the devil. Food of the devil. Okay, I'll see what it looks like. A devil's food cake. Normally, the only ones I've ever seen have been chocolate, but would it be cheating if I bought a Betty Crocker?
So Ralph says, for your 2K subs challenge, you could bounce a ping pong ball off the table into a cup. Each time it doesn't go into the cup is another day of making pizza for your neighbors.
No.
he laughed too.
Yeah, no. Next thing you know, I owe him like a year's worth of pizza. Or I guess the opposite could happen, is I could make it at the very first try and then get absolutely nothing. So yeah, no, I don't. It was a fun idea to think about, but yeah, I'm not. Most likely not going to do that. I might make a pizza for me to eat. That's as far as that's going to go. Ah. Wow. It hasn't gotten much in the way of views, but you know, today I tried a Hot Pocket sausage, egg, and cheese. I threw it away after 2 bites. It was disgusting. First of all, the crust, they got it just like in a regular bag. It's not like a Hot Pocket where they have the little crisper tray thing that you put in the microwave so it doesn't turn into a sticky goo like that one did. It was terrible. It's just, the dough tasted doughy and the insides, it tasted like it had been thawed and frozen 3 or 4 times. It was just, in fact, just about every one of those frozen things I get are, some of them have been okay. And I like the Bosco stick.
Yeah.
The Bosco stick was good, but the rest of them just, I don't know why I bother. You know, I hope that this one's good. Isn't that the definition of insanity? Repeating the same thing over and over and expecting a different result? That's kind of where we're at with this. Wow, down to 34 minutes. Yeah, I don't know. I'll sit here for that long. I don't think there's 34 minutes left. There's only like 25. No, 20 minutes. 25, yeah. Well, I guess, you know, I'll hang out with you guys for the next, 25 minutes or so. But you're gonna have to tune in tomorrow to see what these pies look like. Because I mean, it's stretching the limit of this stream as it is. You know, I mean, as a matter of fact, I think I'm going to call this one good. I mean, the pies are in the oven. If you're here tomorrow night, you'll see what they look like, and if you're the lucky neighbor, you'll get to taste it tomorrow. So, yeah, I think I'm just going to get on out of here. You know, that's what this is for. It is just desserts, and when they're done, I guess pretty much I'm done. And even though it's not out of the oven, the effort that I needed to put into it has been done. So I'm going to get on out of here. I appreciate every one of you hanging out and checking out Old Guy on a Just Desserts Friday. And I hope you've got your Just Desserts. All right. I'm out of here till tomorrow. Goodbye.
Lisa just said me.
Clear?